This week on Wardens, an officer in District 4 patrols salmon anglers during the busy fall spawning run.
This is exactly where the spoon is, exactly where the fish are, and he's just trying to get the timing right.
A D9 officer seeks to protect the state's waterfowl in a state-managed unit.
Each hunter's allowed 25 shells.
And the DNR works to move a historic building away from an eroding lakeshore. Wild animals and wild places. They're more than a picture. They're inspiration, excitement, and adventure. Patrolling and protecting these natural resources is a first-class band of peace officers. These are the Wardens, dedicated to the preservation of our great outdoors. Protecting the state's resources is the primary goal all year round for Michigan's conservation officers, but some parts of the calendar generally have more activity than others. In the month of October, there is a wide array of game species for which hunting seasons are open. Among them are white-tailed deer, fish, waterfowl, and bear. It keeps the officers busy and very active outdoors. In District 9, CO Ben Lasher is checking waterfowl hunters as they return in their boats from hunting a managed waterfowl area.
No birds? Okay. So I got check plugs. Did the dog do as he's supposed to do? Thank you. Thank you. Did you see many flying this morning?
They were all over the place. We had
Thank you.
one gun jam up and
Oh shoot.
it didn't go our way.
If I could check some shells.
Shells,
You got something in your coat pockets?
I do.
How many did you bring out with you today?
My box wasn't quite full.
Okay, so you just had the one box? Okay. Thank you, sir. Any reloads?
Nope.
Nope, okay. Perfect. What do you got on the other side there? You got a couple different colors.
Yeah.
Heavy metal, that doesn't make it.
Same thing as this one. but
Okay, perfect.
older, I
Yep.
think.
Very good. How many, did you just bring your bandolier out or did you have you got a box that you're using?
Got a box in this bag.
Okay. Did you have all the different shells in the same box or did you have different boxes?
Mostly the same, I think.
That's your box, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
It's just the box that was used in here.
Okay.
I believe they're all the same in there. This one's.
Now there's a couple different ones. Now, whose box is this?
This one might.
Is that your box your dad had? Or is that your dad? I shouldn't assume that. Is that your dad getting the truck?
We didn't
Okay.
open this one. We were just both using that.
Okay, so you and your dad are using both of those?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't have any more shells?
Nope.
Okay, so whatever shells came out of that box are in your bandolier?
In here and on my strap. There's 5 on my strap.
Okay.
I'll do those as well.
So this box is 25, box 25. You're missing 2 shells out of this box. And you got, this box is full, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got, each hunter's allowed 25 shells.
Yep.
So right now, based on what I'm seeing here, if your dad's got any shells in his coat and you have some shells in your coat and or your sling, you guys have got a couple too many shells possibly.
October is also a busy time for the fall salmon run, especially in the western part of Michigan. During most years, the Law Enforcement Division of the state's DNR will run 24-hour patrols in this area for a couple of weeks to protect this valuable resource. In District 4, an officer is working salmon waters during the first weekend of the month.
We're in the peak of the runs right now. It's been a busy season. Never know what we're gonna run into. We're fish stuff. Last night I did get guys with uncased and loaded crossbows just after dark in their vehicle. So it could be an interesting day.
This officer is a 20-year veteran of the DNR, has confiscated many illegal lures, and is very skilled at evaluating what he observes from a distance. There are several common infractions that he sees frequently and expects to observe when he's patrolling salmon anglers.
Primarily what we're going to be looking for are guys that are One, intentionally snagging fish, either with illegal gear or legal gear, but they'll try to snag them either way. Also looking for guys using illegal gear such as treble hooks, lead spoons, things along those lines. Potentially guys netting fish. We had a case last night we were working on with that. Potentially guys spearing fish. Always watching for over limits of fish.
He typically watches anglers for a while before moving in for a closer look. He's noticed two fishermen who appear to be using illegal gear.
We got two guys here in front of us that are throwing lures that are primarily constructed of lead, the ones that were banned in 2015. I'm gonna sit back for a minute and watch how they're using them, see if they're just using them as you'd use a spoon or if they're trying to snag with them, and let that help determine exactly what kind of violation they're going to receive.
One of the men hooks a fish. After monitoring the men for around 10 minutes, and after the man releases the fish he caught, this sea oak approaches them.
Good, how you doing, partner? I'm going to need to see your driver's license, fishing license. Where'd you set your pole down at?
Right here.
Okay.
The Michigan DNR, with the help of 3 project partners, went to great lengths to move a historic shelter building 1,200 feet at Orchard Beach State Park. When construction of the shelter building was completed in 1947, the structure sat high atop a bluff overlooking Lake Michigan. However, as a result of rising water levels in the Great Lake and the bluff receding, the decision was made to move the building away from the water.
The thought behind the project was really to preserve the historical shelter building you can see behind me. It was built in the 1940s, ended in 1947. It was built by the Civilian Conservation Corps, and those guys took a couple years off right in the middle of that to fight in World War II, and they came back and finished the project.
With the historic building weighing around 850 tons, the move was a slow one. It required months of planning and took 23 hours over parts of 3 days to relocate the building at a slow and methodical pace.
It was actually really interesting. They brought it straight behind me here, and then they basically pulled it up nose into the ball field backstop there, and then backed it into where it's at now. They maintained the original orientation, as part of the historical characteristic of the building.
Prior to moving the building, the DNR worked for 3 years to stabilize the bluff to protect the structure, but the high, steep slope put the building at risk. The DNR endeavors to preserve and protect both its natural and cultural assets.
The building is about 130 foot long, not including the bathroom building, by 30 foot wide or so. It's about 70 feet wide at its widest point, with the concession building right behind me. And they estimate it's about 850 ton.
Orchard Beach was first opened in 1892 and was deeded to the state in 1921.
Something really important for us as Parks and Rec Division is just maintaining the historical characteristics of the building, keeping it available and preserving it for future generations. Every weekend in the summer that thing's rented out for weddings or family get-togethers, birthdays, that sort of thing. It's a building that means a lot to a lot of people, especially in the community. So, and me, myself personally, I've had my son's birthday parties in there, and, it's just a cool building, interesting architecture, and they don't build buildings like that anymore.
While checking hunters who were coming in from waterfowl hunting, Michigan Conservation Officer Ben Lasher encountered a man who has more shells than he's allowed in the Harson's Island Management Unit in the state's District 9.
Do you guys hunt here often?
Several times a year.
Okay, so you're familiar with the regs for the shell limit?
Yes, yes.
Okay, all right.
I'm trying to think. I pulled all mine out of there. I filled this one out, filled that up, filled my gun.
So do you have another third box possibly floating around?
Oh, no. I didn't think so.
Or maybe left that box in the truck possibly? Does your dad have a bag that he works out of? Or you guys are working on this bag? Okay, all right, okay. Right now, we're 7 shells over in the boat. And you've got 5 on your belt. So that's 5 more.
Yep.
So we're 12 shells over roughly. There's 2 boxes in your bag. 1 box is only missing 2 shells.
Right.
So if we took 2 shells from one of you, because you're both working on that same bag, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So if we took 2 shells from your belts and put it in that 1 box, then you'd have 2 complete boxes of 25 shells apiece.
Right.
So take what you got in your gun and or on the
We
sling.
had some loose shells.
You're a few over.
in our bag,
Yes.
left over from last time we were here.
Got it.
This one big guy. First explanation.
Yes. Okay. I'm not going to write you a ticket for it.
Okay, I appreciate
It
it.
is a ticketable offense,
I understand.
but I want you to do better down the road. And we're early in the season. We got excited maybe, didn't pay attention to what we had in the bag.
Yeah, they were probably in the bag. Yeah.
But we can only get 1 box per hunter. So
Yep.
does that make sense?
Yep.
Does it make sense to you? Okay, I know you're not in violation of it, but we start adding up shells.
Oh yeah.
It's
I
pretty easy to grab 1 box per hunter.
I understand.
So maybe you want to clean out your loose shells somehow,
Yep.
and stick with 1 box. Whatever you guys want to do.
Yep. Yep.
And obviously we got to use non-toxic shot. So you guys are good on that end.
Right.
But we'll give you a warning today for the too many shells.
Appreciate that.
And if next time, I won't be giving you a warning. Okay?
I understand. I understand. Handed me something else.
This Michigan conservation officer is patrolling salmon anglers during the busy spawning run in early October in the state's District 4. He has just contacted 2 fishermen who he first observed from a distance. After watching them with his binoculars, he became suspicious that they were using lures that are primarily constructed of lead, which is illegal. After observing one of them catch a fish, he closed the distance to initiate a conversation with them.
You guys just catching and releasing?
Yeah, I actually have a Florida driver's license. I just moved my residency. My fishing license is up in my truck. I do have an out-of-state license.
You have the out-of-state license?
Yeah, I do, for sure.
Okay.
I can go get it. I mean, if you really
That's
want.
all right. I can verify it. What are these spoons?
I'm not sure what it's called. Hey, do you know what my spoon is called?
Yeah, it's a tungsten Bass Pro spoon.
What are the weight on those? Any idea how much they weigh?
1 ounce.
It's 1 ounce.
At least that's what I was told by my buddy that gave it to me.
Okay. Do you have any more of them in a package?
I got not in a package. I do have what they said is a 3/4 ounce here. Right here. Smaller than
Right.
that.
Right. All right. Real good. How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
Good. Do you have your driver's license, fish license on you? Did you buy those spoons or
Yes,
where at?
online at Bass Pro.
Okay.
I've got the original packaging.
That'd be. I'd love to see one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's that other one. Yeah, it was in that right there.
Being tungsten, I'm guessing they don't give them away.
No, they're expensive.
I figured.
They're $8.49 a piece.
Kind of an expensive piece to be throwing in this river. All right. Real good. There's yours, sir. I'm just gonna verify you got a fishing license. I was initially contacting you guys because I saw you throwing those spoons. They look just like the one that I have in my pocket, the one that's
Yeah,
lead.
yesterday there was one here, a flat one that was ginormous. It was about like this.
Okay.
Some guys down here throwing treble hooks that were literally like that big.
Yeah, that happens quite a bit. But that was these spoons were the reason I was contacting you, and
Okay.
those are tungsten, so those are legal to use, and that's all good.
As he continues his patrol, he pays close attention to the people fishing around him, both near and far. Even while watching through his binoculars, it doesn't take him long to zero in on a fisherman that he suspects is fishing illegally.
The guy in the gray shirt with camo waders. Landed a fish with a green and silver spoon that was hooked in the adipose fin. And now it's going on the string. Looks like it's gonna be the second fish on the stringer. Wait for him to get it on the string, and then we'll start working up that way. I didn't see him hook into the fish, so we're also gonna, as we're working that way, see if we can watch him start fishing again. There's a bunch of fish on the gravel right in front of them, so it's possible that they're intentionally snagging them, especially throwing a big spoon like that. All right, the fish is strung up. It is number 2 on the string. And we'll start slowly working our way up that way, keeping our eyes on them.
A short time later, this CO suspects another man's fishing methods are illegal. He appears to be fishing with the first angler that this officer noticed.
White pole. He's got a fish on the gravel bar out in front of him. He's throwing well, he was throwing a big spoon. He just broke off. But he's casting out above the fish, let it drop back, lets it sink, and sweep sideways. Presumably trying to snag fish, because that's not a normal action for using a spoon.
It was more of what we consider like a sight snagging type thing. He knows exactly where the spoon is. He's not just blind snagging where he's really ripping hard. He knows exactly where the spoon is, exactly where the fish are, and he's just trying to get the timing right to bury that hook in the side of it.
After watching both men put a fish on their stringer, he approaches them.
Any idea why I might be contacting you?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't. We're allowed to use the Cleos, right?
Okay. So your spoon might be all right, but what about that fish you just got?
What about him?
Where was that last one hooked?
In the side of his mouth.
Really?
Well,
you saw my partner here with the camera right behind that bush. I'm standing there with 12 power binoculars watching, and I was also watching how you were fishing. You had those fish right on that gravel bar there in front of you, throwing a 3/4 ounce Cleo, throwing it out, not cranking it to impart the action that a spoon is meant to have, but instead letting it sink, slowly bring it in, and then pulling sideways, targeting individual fish that are on that bed. What you were doing is you were snagging. Plain and simple, it's hard to deny that.
You're right, I'm not going to deny it.
And that fish was foul hooked. It was hooked right in the first ray of the dorsal fin. And the fish that you caught at 5:15, which would be the second fish on the stringer, was hooked in the adipose fin with a green and silver spoon. How far off am I?
You're dead nuts.
After watching 2 men catch fish, this Michigan conservation officer has just contacted them. They've both admitted that they were not using their gear how it was designed to be used.
What was your reason behind doing this right here like this?
Well, because we were trying to...
Sunday, getting ready to go home, wanted to get a fish?
We're leaving in the morning, and we haven't caught one fish. We've been up here since yesterday. And we haven't got, 2.5 years we haven't caught any.
Here's the thing with those Cleos, the fish will hit it, okay? They may not hit it necessarily right on these skinny gravel bars like this. You might have to work the deeper holes, whatever, but they will hit those spoons, okay? But the salmon are kind of a tough thing because you see them, they're right there. It's so tempting, but yet very seldom do you actually get a good bite, you know? You will land fish. A lot of times they will be foul hooked. As long as you're not intentionally foul hooking them, which I gotta say you were there. I mean, you weren't intentionally foul hooking, but I was jerking it. You were jerking it, okay? As long as you're not doing that and you're fishing standard practice and you foul hook fish, as long as you let it go, there's not an issue, okay? It's when you start stringing them up that we start having issues with it, okay? So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be issuing you, sir, a ticket for snagging, okay? Your son, The action that I saw of you was so minimal on the side of snagging. I know you were still sight fishing them, but I saw very minimal action as far as the sideways pull through them, that I'm not going to go the route of snagging with you. I'm just going to cite you a ticket for possessing a fish illegally taken, meaning it wasn't hooked in the mouth.
In this case, both of these men pled guilty. For snagging, the older man paid a court-ordered fine of $675. His son paid a court-ordered fine of $415.
Both those fish are relatively alive at this point. If you want to go ahead and take them off the string and release them. There's a reason we got to protect this resource, and we got to spend time on these bodies of water like this, because these are our high production areas for natural reproduction of these fish.